Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robert Rivera with Who's On First, and we got some special guests. We have Ken and Gage Snyder, and they are a dad and son umpiring crew. Introduce yourself.
How's everybody doing? I'm Ken Snyder,
Gage Snyder.
just outside of Houston, Texas.
So I'm sure you guys are rooting for the Houston Astros.
Absolutely.
All righty. Ken, what got you into umpiring?
I started umpiring when he got a little too good to play baseball with me as his coach. He was playing at a higher level than I ever played at, and I absolutely despise watching the game of baseball from behind the fence. So the only other option, since I couldn't coach, was to become an umpire.
Okay. Gage got into umpiring at 11 years old, right, Gage?
10 years old, actually.
10 years old. Ken, what got him into umpiring?
Being stuck out at the ballpark with me every weekend during the week at the Little League, rec leagues, or anywhere else I was, he was just kind of stuck out there with me. Last spring, he was still 10 years old. I was umpiring at the local Little League out here, and I was calling all the games solo. We just don't have a lot of umpires out here. I told my assigner, and I talked to the Little League, the board of directors at the Little League, and I said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and bring my 10-year-old son out here and just let him do the bases because I'm tired of running around this field every day. And they actually agreed to it. So got him out there on the field. The very first game, very first inning, very first play was a bang bang play at first. He turned around, nailed the call, got it right, looked great. And since then, we just decided to start giving him more training, getting him to some clinics, get him out on the field with some higher level baseball, some older boys, and he's been doing great with it.
Okay. All right. So this year is his first time behind the plate, correct?
Last weekend was the first time behind the plate. Yes, sir.
Okay. So Gage, how'd you fare there?
It was good. I was scared at first.
A little scary that
Yeah.
pitch coming in, huh?
Well, bloopers because I was only 10-year-old, so I wasn't too scared of getting hit.
Okay. So what was your first call, a ball or a strike?
A ball.
A ball. It's 10-year-olds. What'd you expect? Okay. What made you want to go out there and say, hey, Dad, I can do this, huh?
We had a bunch of games, and he said he didn't want to go behind the plate. He asked me if I wanted to, and I said, yeah, sure. So
Okay.
that's how I really did it.
Is this a little pocket money for you, or is it just fun?
Pocket money.
Pocket money. Well, my dad had me first umpire in my first game. I think I was about 13. And I was playing in what they called seniors at the time. I umpired with my senior uniform, Little League uniform on. And it was behind the plate. My dad's like, you're a catcher. I've done 5 games today. You can call balls and strikes. And I did. It was a little scary at first, but then I was like, I got into a little bit of a groove. And it was something that was really, really cool. You're giving me hope. You're giving me hope that the umpire is going to come back, that the game is saved, and that you're saving the game for other kids. And you don't realize it now, but you're saving the game for other kids because you can't really play the game without any umpires. A game with no umpires is called what? Practice.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So I've got the exact opposite story that you just told. Me and
Okay.
Gage were calling over at the Little League back in the spring, and one of the teams only had 8 boys show up. So they looked over at Gage and they said, hey, how old are you again? I said, I'm still 10. And they kind of looked at me and I nodded my head. I said, Gage, take your umpire shirt off and go grab your bat out of the truck. And he ended up picking up for that team and getting to play with them instead of umpire.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's pretty cool. So Gage, tell me, what's the toughest thing about umpiring?
How long you're out there?
How long you're out there? Yeah. Have you had any fans get on you?
Many times.
What do you do?
Look at them like they're stupid or ignore them.
You know what, Gage? You're on the right track, man. You look at them like they're stupid or just ignore them. Sometimes you can't have what they call rabbit ears, where you hear every little thing. You just do your game and that's about it. Do you think it's something you're going to keep doing? Yeah. All right. You're also playing baseball too. Don't tell me you look like a second baseman, pitcher. Is that you? No, totally off. Man, my ESP is off today. What position you play?
Utility.
Utility guy. Oh, you're all over the place, huh? First, second, third, right field, left out catcher, right? Is that you?
Yeah. Except the pitcher.
Pretty much. His last tournament, he actually caught all 5 games in the tournament.
I was a catcher.
I saw the look on your face. Exactly.
I was a catcher too. Trust me. I know all about it. It's umpiring, catching. I've been back there. Have you gotten hit by a baseball yet, Gage, as an umpire?
Yes.
Did you rub it?
Almost.
Umpires don't rub. We don't rub it. We take it. Give him the old.
He did a pretty good job. He did a pretty good job playing it off. He had one go off his foot pretty bad, and it had me a little worried. He just kind of looked up at me. I was like, "All right, he's good."
Yeah, yeah. I had a buddy of mine that he was first base, and the ball hit the bag and caught him just dead in the stomach. It was just like he got pelted. It was funny because 2 innings before that, I got hit in the shin, and he told me don't rub it. But when he got pelted in the stomach, I screamed, "Don't rub it!" And he gave me the only stink eye. Gage, you're joining a family, okay? Just like you have a baseball family, you have an umpire family. This show is going to go out to all my umpire fans, and we're going to make sure that Gage is going to be part of the family. We take care of our own all the time. I'm sure your dad attribute to that, and he'll let you know all about it. So, Gage, where's your love of baseball come from?
Ever since I was 3, and he gave me a bat.
So you swing, you're a lefty, you're a righty, what are you?
Righty.
You're a righty? Okay. What's your favorite pitch to hit?
Low outside.
Oh, you like to shoot it out the other way.
Now
All
we
right.
just told the whole world where not to throw it.
Listen, good pitching is beat by good hitting. Don't worry about it. It's like Mariano Rivera. We're going to steal his sign. There's no sign to steal. I'm throwing the cutter. There's no surprise here. Good luck. Ken, where did your love of the game come from?
That's kind of a long story. I've always loved the game. My dad coached me growing up. When I was about 13, 14, I chose to go a different path and left baseball behind. Always loved it. Everything about the game I've always loved. I love small ball. That and nobody does anymore, but I love small ball. I've just always loved the game. I was actually a professional bull rider, and I rode bulls for 25 years. That's why I gave up baseball.
Wow.
So it was one of those decisions I had to make. It was one or the other. You can't do bull riding halfway. So
right.
When he was 4 or 5 years old and we had him in the little rec league, it really brought the love back to me.
Okay. All right. Well, Ken and Gage, if you guys can umpire in any stadium, where would you want to umpire?
Minute Maid.
Minute Maid Park?
I got to go with him. He's going there. I'm following him. Honestly, for me, it would be the Astrodome back in the mid-90s.
The Astrodome, my goodness. Yeah, you could see that in what was it, the Bad News Bears, breaking training or something like that in that big old Astrodome. My God, Bob Watson, Lopez. Oh my God, the old guys, the older guys.
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm sure there's a lot of time you guys spend on the field. After a game, where do you guys go? What's your favorite thing to eat?
Mozzarella sticks.
Shout out to the cheese stick tour. That's an inside joke. You'll get it soon. We do make sure that we try the cheese sticks at every single ballpark we go to.
Okay.
But for the most part, just burgers and fries.
Burgers and fries. All right. Wow. What's your favorite thing that ever happened to you in baseball? What was the most memorable moment?
Me and my dad went to, it was like 2018, 2019. We went to Minute Maid for the Hall of Fame game.
Okay.
He got to see his favorite baseball player. I got to see my favorite baseball player hit a home run. And they threw a no-hitter the same night.
Okay, so who was Dad's favorite baseball player?
I don't know his name.
Mike Scott.
Mike Scott. Okay, wow, the pitcher. I remember that pitching against the Mets. Wow, that was interesting. The Astros. Okay, and who was your favorite player?
Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve. All right. Well, listen, this is what makes baseball such a great sport, and it's one of the reasons that I love it. Because in the NBA, you have to be over 6 foot. In the NFL, you have to be 250, 260. Baseball is one of those games. You could be 4'9". You could be 6'10". You could be 118 pounds, and you can be 250 pounds, 300 pounds, and you could still play the game. Right? You guys agree?
Exactly.
All right. I'm sure bull riding is you got to be a special type of person to do something like that. I mean, what was one of your greatest moments bull riding?
There's a lot of them. Probably it would have to go all the way back to high school. My best friend at the time got put in a coma halfway through the high school season, and the first time he got out of the house was at our region finals, and I ended up riding my bull to win the region finals, and it was also the first time that he stood up out of his wheelchair.
Wow, that's a great moment. Wow. Riding a bull and being behind the plate, it's kind of sort of same thing. You know what I mean? You're facing a fear. You're
To be
looking at it
honest
right
with-
in the face.
To
What
be
was that?
honest with you, I get more nervous stepping up behind the plate in an important game than I do when I'm climbing down in the buck and shoot.
Wow. I have a college moment. Guy was warming up, and I get up on the line, and all I hear is, and I'm like, whoa, this guy's throwing smoke. And I look over, and there's a guy with a gun. And I said, hey, what do you got? He goes, 94. And I go, whoa. Don't worry, Blue. He'll get 96, 97 for you. Oh, really? Thanks. Well, I get behind the plate, and the catcher's 6'5". I'm 5'10". So when he sat down, I basically didn't even have to squat because my chin has to stay above his head. And I just stood there just a little lower than standing there. And that first pitch came in and I'm like, strike. And the catcher goes, you all right, Blue? I said, it scared me. And then the next pitch, I go back to my training because you know when you go to umpire school, you refer back to your training. So I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a second. And I'm like, on the rubber, set, next pitch, bah, call it, strike. And I was like, there it is. And you see the catcher, he like flicks his hand behind him and he hits me in the thigh. He's like, there you go, Blue. I was like, all right, I'm back. So it's facing that bull, facing that fear, you know. You got baseball tomorrow?
He's got 2 games tomorrow. Hopefully Sunday we go all day.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, God bless. I appreciate you being on. Gage, you give me hope. You give me hope. You want to send a shout out to anybody? Best
Not
buddy?
really thinking of anything.
Now you can't think of anything? Okay.
You got a girlfriend recently, so I'm sure she'll see it.
All right. All right, Ken, thank you. I appreciate you. You're raising them right. If you have any question, Gage, on umpire, ask Dad because I'm terrible. All right, guys.
All right, Robert. Thank you very much.
You have a good one. All right, everybody. That's wraps it up for today. And as we say on Who's On First, keep swinging.
If you like the show, please do me a favor. Subscribe. Right? You see it? It's right there. Subscribe, share, like, and don't forget, put that bell on. It'll ding you when I put something else on, all right?